Welcome, celestial beings. Thank you so much for tuning in to the channel. Just know that this is going to be a general reading for the collective, so not all messages are going to resonate with everybody, and that's okay. Just take what fits and leave the rest. There are some interesting things in the description box for the collective, and if you want to support the channel or continue to support the channel, like, share, comment, interact. We love the interaction. And or subscribe if you haven't done so already. Just know when the camera was off, I done all the things, and now that the camera is on, I'm ready to get down to business. So let's talk about it. At the bottom of the deck, you may have experienced some conflict with others, or there's some kind of competition, or someone you're always at odds with, back and forth arguments, things of that nature going on here. And with that being said, it could be the reason why there's an energy down here of needing to implement some type of change. I also have the energy of you like shedding your skin, or shedding old layers so you can welcome in the new. So getting rid, letting something go. Something has to die off or go away, because whomever is instigating this competition or these conflicts has made it very, very hard. And as a matter of fact, they can care less about your well-being. Let's just put it nicely like that. This could be a counterpart. This could be a partner. This could be a relationship, or a romantic relationship. It could be a business relationship, but some type of relationship with the opposite. Okay. And or with the same. Okay. So you could be a romantic couple, a friendship, a partner. You see what I'm saying? It's just two people in this type of connection. But however they have made this hard for you, or what you've been going through harder, made the way difficult, the path difficult, there's some type of justice on your behalf that's going to be given to you, if it hasn't been given to you already. And this could be with your path. This could be with your journey. This could be with your destiny, about your destiny. This could be actual legal, until we dive deeper. I'm not for sure where this is coming from, but you are due some justice. Okay. This shedding of the old for you. Okay. I feel like in some instances you could be a little like a pushover. Is the easiest, the not so terrible thing I can think, to come out to say. So yeah, you may have been this way, and people have been trying to, or have taken advantage. Okay. And with all things that happen that we feel like people are trying to take advantage of, it gets tired really, really quick, very, very quickly. And I feel like that this is what has happened. People have wore out their welcome. People have taken you or mistaken you for a fool that you're not. And now it's like a light switch, right? You went from pretty passive. Oh, I'm going to let that slide. I'm not going to say anything until F that. I'm this is not for me anymore. I'm not going to do this. All emotions aside, straightforward, blunt, not holding anything back. Because this is where people and circumstances have led you. Okay. No. Were you always like this? No. Does where you going from this point forward require you to be like this? Yes. Will this get you to advance to where you need to go, and with you standing on business and focusing on what it is that you going after or doing? Is this going to help you? Yes. I feel like it's like a time for rebuilding, reestablishing, relaying foundations, getting like really, really serious about that and not letting anything deter you. It's a lot more that you know now. I feel like that you've had some type of awakening. You're not taking this lightly. And we're gonna go where we're celebrated, okay? We're tired of people who do not appreciate us, and we're gonna go exactly where we're celebrated, okay? And I feel like the justice, whether it's gonna be some type of spiritual justice or if it's here in the 3D some type of way, but I feel like when that justice happens for you, it's when you're gonna feel that release, or when you're gonna get that release, you're gonna feel more at peace, and again, you're going to not navigate, what's the word, however, like I said, you're gonna go where you're celebrated, and you're no longer gonna want to fit in. You're no longer going to seek validation. You know who you are, you know your worth now, and that's where you're going to be with like-minded individuals, or you're not going to be there at all. Saying all that to say, let's confirm and clarify what we have down here. All right. Now we got that back together. Let's get this down here. So definitely seeing change. Yes. Yes. Okay. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going. Baby, if they not clearing this up and confirming what's down here, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Oh, yeah. We ain't playing around. We are not playing today. Okie dokie. So, the bottom of this, get it right. So at the bottom of this deck, we have the Emperor. And I'm going to tell you where I'm feeling like there's polar opposites of what this Emperor is representing, because it's down here twice. Okay. One is meaning one thing and the other is meaning the other. And let me explain. Yes, you definitely had an awakening. Okay. And this is what we're talking about. And what does 222 mean for you in this moment? Because it's definitely down here. For me, I'm talking about the change that what you allowed in your past is no longer allowed in your present. And those who were playing games, thought they were the master of playing games, is learning today. So on one hand, this is representing, what it is that other people try to pull over on you. And on the other hand, this is saying that you have everything it takes to be, to do, and to pull off exactly what it is that others think you can't. Okay, so that's that energy. Definitely is the ending of that, right? Letting people take advantage of you, letting these people play these games with you. That is ending. This awakening again is letting you see where you want to be with other like-minded people and individuals, again going where you're celebrated. Okay, all this other crap has to be left behind. It's okay, it's gonna take, and it has taken, and it will take the confidence of you knowing exactly who you are to get in front of all of this. Because see, 1010, what does that mean for you in this moment? It's definitely down here, but in a sense of these people ain't playing with you either. These, if they have to be wicked or backstabbing or conniving to pull off what it is they trying to pull off, they definitely gonna try it, right? I feel like in those other stages where you might have been a little bit passive, this is where they were trying to take advantage. Okay, this is where they thought they was getting over, and this is where they felt like they could care less how you accepted what was being done to you. If you made it out on the other side of this, we don't know what mental type situations, these games and people doing stuff unprovoked even, we don't know where that put you mentally. We don't know where that made you go and how it affects you physically. I mean, we don't know that. You know that. You see what I'm saying? But it's their attempts that how they didn't care. They were trying to block you from moving forward, block you from standing in your power, per se. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely some type of two-person type situation. This is just clarifying that when I was saying partner, relationship, and things like that. Doesn't have to be romantic. Any type of connection like that. Okay, it's not the average. It's not the average. Okay, excuse the background, but life is lifing. Okay, so that's where they were with this, and this is what you had to get through. Okay, lots of worrying, sleepless nights, depression, anxiety. That's the stuff that us, we couldn't see this happening to you, but this is what they intended. This is how they wanted it to affect you. Okay, it was because of your awakening that everything that they wanted to do to you and attempted to do to you did not actually manifest itself in your life. You did suffer some of the things, you know what I'm saying? But you got yourself together. You remember who you were, okay? And you getting these justices. Now, I don't necessarily see a legal type justice, but I do feel like that this was some type of spiritual justice. I do feel like that you had some type of spiritual assistance, whether this gave you the strength to remember who you were, whether this was ancestors acting on your behalf and taking down a few folks, right? And whether this was the universe doing its thing, and then you got Karma over there doing her thing, and you see what I'm saying? Those type of justices, right? And then the justice of you winning in the end, because even through all of this, when you shed whatever this was that you needed to shed for you to walk in, be in, and move in who you are, playtime was over. That was your win. That was your justice. When you came up, when you rose up out of that fire like the phoenix, to show these MFers and the world who you are. Standing in your power, in confidence, in your strength. The same exact thing that those tried to take away from you. Okay? Walking into this era of what you in now, like I said, with more confidence, with your head up high, knowing your worth, which is a lot. Okay, knowing that you're worthy, knowing that everything that you work for and have worked for was all worth it to put you in that place where you're celebrated. Okay, you're no longer going to settle for the okie doke. You're no longer going to settle for mediocre. You're no longer going to settle for all this chaos and conflict. Maybe some narcissism that was going on. Somebody who wanted to control you, control things, control your life, control situations. Somebody or something that wanted to keep you constantly in conflict with not only your thoughts, how you thought, what you thought of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just feeding all this negativity and this unwanted, energy, right? Sending that sending that your way. Okay. You said no more to that. I'm only going to be around and give energy to reciprocation this time around. Okay. I'm only going to give to those who are giving to me this time around. I'm only going to help those who want to help themselves, who wants my help. I'm no longer going to see the need and inject myself. I am going to mind my business, continue to work on me and mine. And if there is a need that you feel like that you want to assist in, then you will. You have a choice. Not that it's thrown on you and you feel like you don't have a choice or you don't know how to say no. Remember, you shed that skin. That person is gone. You say no now. It's okay. You have no problem doing that. Remember, straightforward, blunt, emotions off. I said that already. Okay. But it's more than just a coping mechanism. It's like, it's a must. It's a must for you in this moment, in this time, because of everything that you went through. And just luckily, you did not give up on you, on life, on all of this because of what you went through and what I see and what I feel. It wasn't easy. It's not easy. It's not. This potentially could have taken you out if you let it. If you had succumbed to that person doesn't look well at all. Oh, wait. Let's do it in color. See, if you would have succumbed to what was all thrown at you, that's why you would do these justices, okay? That's why. Everything that they try to block, everything that they try to keep you from, everything that they knew that if you knew it was rightfully yours, that is right there for you to have, or some things that you may have not seen in your times of feeling low or down, being right here, not knowing what was all yours, not knowing all that. I'm the words is at the very tip of my, but it's like you were entitled to this, okay? I feel like this is the only time I ever wanted to use entitled sound good to me, right? It was yours. It was rightfully yours. And people knew that you was worth all this. But at that time, going through this and dealing with these people, you didn't know your full worth, okay? It was hard for you to grasp at that. It was hard for you to see. So this is about somebody who had a beautiful awakening, who's no longer taking the BS that people are trying to put them through or present to them. You know your worth, you know your value, you constantly working on yourself, okay? You constantly doing that. You don't mind putting in the work because you know that it's some work necessary. But you're not supposed to forget who you are, the power that you hold. Your head, I just seen a vision of somebody who's pushing your head, like you taking your own hand and pushing your own head up. Okay? You're not supposed to be looking down, uncertain. Your head's supposed to be held up high with this confidence of this royalty, of this, I don't know what you exuberating, but it's of somebody holding their held up high. Okay. That's what I see. That's what I feel. That's what they wanted you to forget about yourself. Whew. All right. Let's close this out. Let's get these final words, okay? Never forget. Never forget. We got 999, what that means for you in this moment. Oh, I want to recognize 1313 or 44. Or I'm going to say 444 as well. 1313, 44, 444. Got some more twos down here. Nines, eights. I feel like spiritually you are getting messages. That's why I'm putting all this down here. I feel like spiritually you are getting messages, okay? Your third eye is wide open. Hey, that awakening you had was a damn good one, okay? I can't I don't know how else to say this to you. Let's talk about what you had to confront first. You definitely did this. That's where that shedding of that old you had to happen. There was some things that you had to confront and you was brave enough to do it, okay? It took dedicated effort for you to keep going and not to give up. That's that dedication right there. This is somebody who was determined to succeed. And that is definitely you. That is the energy that I'm picking up on. Okay. And with your twos, your twos and definite change that happened, that is happening. Okay. It was a point where you was refusing to see and acknowledge everything that was going on. But that was before. This is not the now. We're not talking about the now, because right now, you calling in all kind of stuff. Not only are you calling in your power and calling back your energy and all of those things, but you calling in what it is that you want for your life right now. Everything that they thought you couldn't have, try to hide from you, didn't want you to know was yours. You see what I'm saying? That's where you are today. You're not worried about where you was before. All that had to end for you to be where you are today. Going where you celebrated, being where you celebrating. Fulfillment and wishes and fulfillment. Blossoming in something beautiful and better than before. Better than ever. When at first you was feeling conflicted and defeated. That was before. That was way back when. We ain't bringing up old stuff. But saying all that to say, this is just confirmation of your evolution. Okay? If you questioned anything and if you didn't know before, it is definitely being shown down here how you have evolved into this wonderful, brilliant, knowledgeable, confident, worthy, determined individual that you are. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever lose that. Don't ever feel any different than that. You deserve it all. You deserve it all. And I need for you to believe that. Okay? Because there is such a beautiful evolution here. And you went from somebody being walked on and over to somebody who ain't taking that crap no more. I ain't worried about you. And I know y'all got this. And so until next time, collective, I love you. I love you. I love you.